This question is taken from the ENGAA 2020 section 2 paper, and it is question 5. So we read, a projectile is projected from the ground at 60 degrees to the vertical at speed 20 meters per second. It travels a horizontal distance d and lands with downwards velocity component 4 meters per second on a height h above the ground. What are d and h? So in order to get a grasp of this question, it might be good to draw the setup just to see what we know. So we have the speed 20 meters per second directed at 60 degrees to the vertical. And then we have the downwards velocity component, which is -4 at this time when it hits the ground. So from the information, we have this Vy, we can work out possibly Uy and Ux. And we know G, and we don't really have a time yet. So it might be easiest to find H first then, you might think. So how could we find H using the variables given? What equation could we use? We have Vy squared equals Uy squared minus 2gh, which is V squared equals U squared plus 2as, but gravity is going down. So if we rearrange this, we can get an expression for H. But we should firstly work out what Uy is. So Uy is 20 cosine 60, which is 10 meters per second. And then rearranging this, we have 10 squared minus 4 squared, which will be 16, divided by 20. So that's 84 over 20, which is 4.2 meters. So we have h, which is good. So how do we get the distance d? Well, in horizontal suvat, that's normally quite easy if you know the time. So d is the horizontal velocity times time. But how could we get the time before it lands? What information could we use in order to get this? Well, we know the vertical velocity component at time 0 and after. So we could use this to then gain information for the horizontal aspect, similar to what you might do in mechanics. So you could use V equals U plus AT. So -4 is 10 minus 10t. So rearranging this, we get t equals 1.4 seconds. Then we can put this into our expression for the distance, noting that ux equals a 20 times sine 60, and then we have the time of 1.4 here. So sine 60 is root 3 over 2, so we'll get 10 square root 3 times 1.4, and then this is 14 root 3 for the distance d. So h was 4.2 meters, and d is 14 root 3 meters. So the answer is G.